another thing that was interesting was we live in the building that we rented from another family association, and normally they would rent to their own clan, but because we belonged to a different clan and my father was able to pay rent regularly, there was no problem until 1950 when the communists took over. The landlord tried to cancel our rental agreement from that building because we weren't members of that association, which was fair enough. But they wanted to make room because of some of their kinsmen coming in from China. And so they needed that space where we were occupying. And my father was very upset because he argued, well, you know, he's been there since the 1920s, and why should he leave now in 1950? This was his home. So what he did was he went to a fellow named Wong Sin, and he was the president of the Chinese Benevolent Association. And at that time in Chinatown, the Chinese Benevolent Association actually spoke with one voice representing Chinatown. And Fun Sin himself was so well known outside of the Chinese community. He was really regarded as the unofficial mayor of Chinatown. And the reason for that is because he had a very high profile, and it was known that he helped out any members of the Chinese community. Plus, he went on this crusade for a period of 11 years, going to Ottawa, trying to change the immigration laws. And eventually he did help liberate the immigration laws to allow certain family members in. And he really worked hard at it. But he was really well regarded. So in this case, he was able to help my father not to leave that building as the owner wanted to, but to stay there. Now, unfortunately, my father had to pay a higher rent, but my father felt it was worth it because as far as he was concerned, although the building did belong to another clan, he was used to that building and it was his home as far as he was concerned. So that was kind of interesting in the sense that he called for an outside help, really like a referee, and so Wong Fun Sin was able to convince that family clan to allow my father to stay in that building, and he did until he retired.